playing against one of the best sides in Europe. We've got a proven cup pedigree as well, so we know it's a very tough game, but we've got to take confidence from the fact that we're playing at home. We've only lost once out of the 15 games we played at home this season, so yeah, there's confidence there as well.
It's like always, for arriving at this situation in the Championship, you have to have an excellent team spirit, and we have it. And I think wherever we play, all the squad is going to be supported that team, and it's the most important for having success in rugby.
We just got to try and approach this game as we've approached every other game this season. What we can't do is afford to get too tense about things and get uptight really. So obviously discipline's key, because Mark van Gisbergen obviously is a superb kicker and he can slot balls from anywhere. So it's just really we've got to play our natural game.
We are going to make our 100 and a little more percentage to try to get the support and also for the players and the family a nice win.
It takes a lot to sort of get that sort of winning pedigree right at this sort of level, so it's important that we've got those sort of experiences under our belt now. We know how to deal with that situation. Hopefully it'll stand us in good stead this weekend.
Stay back, boys. Back up. Advantage, offside. Too soon. Too soon. Offside there. No, no, no. No, hands away. Players, going back. No, come away, come away, come away. That ruck form there, you came round offside. It was okay to begin with, and then round the outside. Okay, thanks. It was okay to begin with, then it formed. All right. Yes, yes. That was fine, that one. Number three, when you're setting the line, I'm not talking about taking a metre away, just a fraction to give yourself that space, not too far. He didn't make contact. Thank you. Thank you. Play it, no, it went back. Let go, Sale! Get him up, let him up! Hands off, Sale! No, 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 stay up! Because you ground and put your hand on the ball. You must be on your feet. Your first action is there, and you start playing the ball there. At the end, you're on your feet. You must be on your feet at the start. There. Make sure your feet stay up, please. Hang on, lads, hold. Engage. Free kick, you caught out. No. Here. Head up. Play on. Away. Come away, advantage, number 5, I have it. In the side, number 5. Advantage, 5 in the side. No advantage, number 5. Number 5, just come in the side there. All right. Tight head stood up. Posts. All in. That's some more, lads. Go, stay back foot. Go away, Sale. Wasp, 1, 2, go. You out. Number 5, come away. Hands away. Straight to ground. Same offences down there. Straight to ground. I want him out of the way as well, number 1. Off his feet, same as down there, and number 1 out of the way, stopped it coming out, both. Yes? Okay. Space. You're number 1. You're number 1. Space guards out the way. Back foot. Ruck ball. minute, number 11, on the floor. Away Sale, advantage being played. You've got it, you've got it. No, let go, they've got 2 penalties now, 2 penalties. Whistle's on. That's time, isn't it? Posts. That's time. That's time, yeah. Okay, that's fine on that. Okay, we're ready. Sorry, we're ready. Right, you ready? Okay. Hands away. Back foot. Stay there. No, number 2, wait! Tackle and let go! Play on! Come away! That's it, that's out, boys! Right. Other way, Wasps! Advantage, lazy runner, no other way. It's not a sim, he couldn't do that. You've got it. Still advantage. Yeah. No. One man left behind there. Posts. One man left behind, number 5, and he on the ruck line. Number 5. Hands away, Ruck! Hands away, Ruck! Hands, get off, tackle, get off!
Offside!
No. Offside! There. Which number? He's called an offside there. Move, tackler! It's there, boys, it's there. It's there. Hands away! Captain! Okay, you've got to play in the side there, Connor. We've had 2 so far after half-time. What I want to make sure is the players are competing on their feet for the ball and they're coming through the game. You speak to them, otherwise someone will have to go. Right? Have a word now. You here? You on your feet from the start. Let go and then contest. Posts. Let's make it's not how many times, they've had 2 now. Let's make sure you get someone there over the ball, they're getting there just before you at times. No, number 6! No, number 6! Let's go! Time's correct, Tony, yeah? Yep, the time's correct. It's over there, lads, it's not straight. Hold, yeah, hold, engage.
I think today, you know, we showed that we can match against all the best team in Europe. Just now, you know, it's a good moment for the club, but we have nothing. We don't have any trophy at the moment in the hands. So just, you know, be humble, enjoy the moment, but keep going to work hard and be focused for the final in Twickenham. It will be 50-50 against Leicester or London Irish. And just I think it's good also for the club to grow up, and I hope there will be more than 20,000 Sale Sharks supporters in Twickenham. I think we were quite tired 3 or 4 weeks ago, but we changed a lot of players, plus we have 1 week off. And I say, yeah, it's your game, you deserve to go in Twickenham and just show what you can do. And after it was not easy, also after Charlie Oxon was injured on this rib after 25-30 minutes, so we need to change all our game, all our structure. With it was nearly all the time wing. But no, I think, you know, we show great spirit. We show that we can match Wasps in the contact area, and it was a very physical game. We need to have a good discipline. We need to play with no pressure. I know it's a final, I know it's in Twickenham, but we just have we need to win 1 more game.
Twickenham's always a tough place to play, whether you're playing for England or club sides, because you know that it's going to be a big occasion, whatever it is. Obviously, this game against Leicester is a big game for us, and like I say, we will enjoy it if we get a win.
Sale now feeling that they are ready to become the champions of their country. The steady progression over the years has come to this. 1 win away from their goal, the Premiership title. Leicester, after 6 wins in a row to end the season, feeling that they're in the right kind of form to turn up at Twickenham and become the latest team to overturn the league table. For the last 3 years, second place has been the place to be, and don't Leicester know it? London Wasps did for the Tigers, coming up on the inside lane 12 months ago. But Wasps not here this year. The Guinness Premiership is heading to the northwest or the East Midlands.
And Leicester have paced themselves very much like Wasps for the last 3 years. A real acceleration and intensity in their game. They go into this match slight favourites, but Sale themselves looking very flat in Biarritz. Brian Kennedy, Philip St Andre and Kingsley Jones so upset that day. Since then, they've bounced back. Robinson has his spark, but today the question is, does Hodgson have the class? We know about the class, but does he have the composure as well to steer his men behind Corrie to glory?
We are about to find out the answers to the questions. Referee Dave Pearson in charge, his first Premiership final. A replacement this week for Tony Spreadbury, who's had to pull out of the game because of illness. So here it is then, the most important Guinness Premiership match of the season, the game that decides who gets what all the players representing the 12 clubs in England's top league have been striving for, the trophy and the right to be called the best. Sale kick off, and it's lost early on by Moody and falling for Foray.
First offence, no
so the referee
advantage,
takes them back.
knock-on scrum.
First
Blocking
offence
there,
was
so
the
it's gonna
knock-on
be
from Moody. Normally so good, both chasing the kickoffs and defending them, but not that time.
No
He
ball.
tends to be better going at
Hold
the
on
ball,
me.
though, doesn't he? There he was going backwards,
Engage.
and I think you saw just how greasy the pitch is today. The ball will be slippery. I expect to see
Ball
Charlie
review.
Hodgson and Andy
Fine.
Good
Crouch
testing
and
both
hold.
wings, just as Hodgson tested Moody there with the kickoff.
Engage. Let's get it in.
Wigglesworth to put in.
Use it.
Scrum wheeling round, Chabal will want to use it quickly. Referee calling for that, and Chabal happy to oblige.
Rook.
That's the Leicester 22.
Hands out, feet. Rook
And there's no doubt that Sale have a pack to be reckoned with.
No. No.
Leicester will know that. Traditionally so strong in that department as well. It's going to be some collision. So we're too strong for Wasps up front in that semi-final. Fernandez Lobe sets this back for Wigglesworth. Two men on the blind side are Hodgson and Ripoll on this near side. Now Hodgson drifts.
This is very static, so Sale are going to have to generate. Shabal, he doesn't want to be the obvious target too often.
And he's lost it in contact. And Hodgson to Sevialiti. Normally so strong in the tackle, and he was there. Ripoll thought about the pass. No real option there, though. Robinson was too close to him. Back with Hodgson. Referee is playing an advantage here.
Offside, 13
And the
green.
first big decision that referee Pearson has had to make. A Sale Sharks penalty goal, and the first chance for points for Charlie Hodgson. And in Hodgson and Good, of course, we have two high-class kickers.
But this is a final, it's a big crowd, it's a big day. Charlie Hodgson is a lovely striker of the ball, technically very gifted. But you know, in that game in San Sebastian, he either didn't fancy the kicks or he didn't strike the kicks early. Despite a lot of caps now, he remains, you suspect, a confidence player to a certain degree. If he's confident, if he's hot, Sale have a great chance. This is a very important early kick for Sale.
Nearly 3 minutes played. Will it be 3 points? Oh, yes, it will. Hodgson looking confident. And those Sale Shark supporters having every confidence in their man.
Perfect sort of kick for a goal kicker, because it's not easy. If you miss it, it doesn't wreck your confidence. But if you get it, then you're going to be feeling pretty good about things. Just a lovely, easy strike from Hodgson there. Leicester's defence drove Sale backwards, but the penalty given, and Sale take advantage.
Good restarts down the middle. Mark Taylor didn't get a chance there to challenge for it. Tittrell seemed to be held back, and the referee right on the spot there to award the penalty. Andy Tittrell was chasing, he was onside, and he was illegally pulled back. He's so quick, of course, isn't he?
That's pretty cynical. Tittrell is very quick, you know. He's been the man who always starts, or most of the time starts, in the Premiership. Bruno was in Europe. I like Tittrell there, and I like Tittrell the way he acts like a fourth back row forward. Moody tapped it back, and then Tittrell, like the fourth man, goes for the ball. And Harry Ellis, along with Graham Rowntree, in fact, Ellis went for him, but Rowntree got there first. And that's pretty cynical from Rowntree. So Leicester being driven backwards because of their own penalties.
And now Tittrell, this key aspect of his job, throwing into the line out, and he's picked out Magnus Lund, try scorer in the league meeting between these two in November. It's Sale 1. Another meeting between the two was a drawn game. Wigglesworth, Hodgson is deep to allow this. The high up and under. Taylor's going again, he can't get to it. Two of the Leicester men in front of him. It's a good take from Jordan Murphy. He was guarded by the other defenders in a very canny way, and Jordan Murphy, as we saw in the semi-final against London Irish, an abundance of skills. A joy to watch this man, as is Jason Robinson, who's come right back to tip-top form. Two exciting fullbacks on show here today.
Yeah, I tell you what, that doesn't tell half the story, though. Leicester marshalled the Sale chasers completely out of the way. There was an undoubted block there. It should have been a penalty. No doubt at all. Moody would have been challenged there. Was brilliantly done by Leicester. Dave Pearson didn't see it. It's great defensive work, but it should have been a penalty.
Yes, Taylor was clearly one of those players being blocked through the middle. There's Tittrell, tackled by Shane Jennings. Again, advantage being played. Shabal. Seems to be almost readying himself for the decision to be given to Sale, but they play on. And it's Hodgson again, over the top of Vandel, who taps it back. Now referee Pearson, as you may have heard, calls advantage over. And Sale will feel they have come out of this pretty well, as Murphy finds touch, Tittrell to throw in again.
But Andy Good, you can see him looking on. Sale are chasing, but the Leicester eye sees the man coming there. And just watch what happens now. It's a great kick. There you go. He steps across the line. He doesn't give any chance there Mark Taylor taken out, but Sale still have some good momentum. Fantastically clever from Leicester. Dave Pearson will be disappointed when he sees the replay.
That's good from Corey, but he might fall for Tittrell. And Tittrell knocked it on. Martin Corey doing well to get a hand in, but it wasn't controlled for his scrum half. And Andy Tittrell, what a start he's made. Back in the England squad and showing it.
We did well to get a hand to it, but in fact that's bad line out ball. You're better off leaving Sale have that ball. Instinct, yes, it's a take, but look at this Sale start here. Leicester have not made the start. Sale look confident.
Last foot blue. Stay.
All Sale so far.
That's still in. Last foot 6.
Jude waits. He's the man to clear. But they're still stuck inside their 22, Leicester Tigers. Here's this line out again.
There are some days when you get away with stealing and tapping anywhere. Wet conditions like this, I mean, he does brilliantly to get in front of Jason White, England over Scotland, but that is try-scoring ball for Sale. Good ball or no ball, you do not take risks like that.
It's heart tremor time there for Tom Varndell as he sees that coming towards his position on the wing. Didn't really expect that at all. And Sale keep hold of this ball as they have done pretty well exclusively in the first 7 minutes of this final. Advantage again. Hodgson goes cross-field. He's looking for his England mate, Cueto. He's come off. Cueto's back. All eyes on referee Pearson here.
That's a very good kick. Now, was it Murphy tapping it backwards? Cueto doesn't look, well, I don't know. The Sale fan think it's a try, but they would. Lovely kick. And there, well, we need to go back a little bit further from there. He clears it, but what we've got to see is the last metre and a half of the ball in flight. That's a try, but is it Jordan Murphy or Mark Cueto? We'll see now. The weight of the kick is superb. This is the angle. Well, it looks there as if it's hit Murphy first and then Cueto's back. And if it's off the back, it's a try. It's a hard one for Jeff Warren.
Of course, technically, the video official can only make a judgment on what's happening in the in-goal area. But it seems from that Mark Cueto kicks the ball with his leg, not his back, and that is going to be a try. There's no problem with the grounding. This is going to be the first try of the final. Hodgson's readying himself for the conversion already. Cueto scored again.
Well played, Charlie Hodgson. Jordan Murphy under massive pressure. Quite clearly it was his hand, and you were right. Technically, that shouldn't really have gone to the video ref because Cueto's finish was quite clear. But what mattered was the control of Charlie Hodgson, and Cueto, who's had a difficult period since the autumn internationals, he's back at his predatory best. Sale have started well, but this is beyond their wildest dreams. Leicester rocked, Sale flowing.
Hodgson kicking from wide. Not quite there with that one, Charlie Hodgson. But it's an 8-0 lead, and they've had 84% of the possession so far, Sale. So it is totally reflecting on what's been happening in this match, what's happening on the scoreboard currently. Charlie Hodgson, well, he's the best around at that. The crossfield kick. Cueto thought initially it'd come off his back, but no, it came off his boot. And the video official who technically should only look at incidents in the in-goal area has decided that that was a try. It's 5 points for Sale, and it certainly was a try. There's no debate. What about this, though? Charge down, might lead to something for Leicester. Oh, it's come inside from Smith. Was the man offside? It's another check. Moody went down on the ball, and Moody thinks he's scored. Smith played it inside. Lewis Moody scrambled on the floor to score, question mark.
Well, I think Moody scrambled over the line, but again, Well, you can't see from there. The big issue is Lewis Moody in front. He grounds it okay, and that try has to be allowed. I had a feeling Moody was in front of Ollie Smith. This angle's not going to show it. You need the wide shot on that. The finish in by Moody is typically predatory. But that is in front. I think need to see that again. But Jeff Warren can't do anything. He has to adjudicate on, does Moody ground it? And quite clearly, like Cueto just now, he does. But does Dave Pearson miss a trick here? I think he does.
There's absolutely no problem with the grounding of the ball, and because of that, it is going to be signalled try again. Leicester straight back in the match, to the joy of their supporters. But initially, in live play, I certainly felt that Moody was in front of Smith, which would constitute an offside position. Stuart, you've seen it again. You're coming down with that view as well.
Well, actually, I'm looking at a corner high camera here, and I'm starting to think that Moody is right on the money there. To the eye, he looked offside as Andy Good kicks a very good conversion. So it's back to square one for Charlie Hodgson. And Leicester, after wobbling in the first 9 minutes, started to play with a bit of momentum.
Lund was in there again and rejoins.
Thanks, Chris. Stay. He's legal. Hands off. Stay. Last foot.
Richard Wigglesworth is scrum half. Salilo Martins out with a calf injury. Taken by Tuilangi. Back at Twickenham, sent off, of course, in the autumn on this ground. Alessandro Tuilangi playing against England for Samoa. Referee seen an offside and Leicester want it.
Number three offside.
Tuilangi was involved with Cueto,
When he's on the
and then
ground,
Lewis
please.
Moody came in
Down.
to sort it
No,
out
you want his back.
and was sent off as well. Moody and Tuilangi teammates today. Cueto on the opposing side, having been Moody's teammate for England.
Wait.
Another England international, Charlie Hodgson, England captain. Martin Corrie, little smile from Hodgson as Corrie makes the error.
Lots of good play and a few errors as well. And it's some of the men most familiar with the green swords of Twickenham. Martin Corrie this time, losing that ball backwards, hence it's a line out. But it wasn't quite as big an error as Charlie Hodgson's.
Tittrell throws, gets it back. Wasn't the straightest of angles on the throw, was it? But normally with those short ones, if they're not quite straight, you tend to get away with it, more exaggerated when it goes to the tail. Wigglesworth Hodgson, crossfield kick again, this one coming Ripoll's way. Robinson is going to help him. Oh, Vondale's totally missed that. It's fallen to Murphy, who covered well in behind his winger, and just as well. Moody acts as scrum half, and then it's Andy Good. Added the points after the Lewis Moody try. 1 point between the sides there. Hodgson's lost it now. Ellis, there's a clash of faces there. Ellis is okay. And the move goes on. Ollie Smith feeds out to Tuilangi. Alessandro Tuilangi getting some steam up there. Decision going Leicester's way here. They'll look to play it on. Doesn't come back quickly enough. Slow ball, referee, and you can see the rain now lashing down. It's a wet old afternoon here at Twickenham to end the season.
Well, territory is important and the kicking game is absolutely vital. Andy Good bound to go for goal, but here we can see Lewis Moody and Charlie Hodgson along with George Shooter just spilling the ball there. Going to see that a bit. Very important to play the ball in the right part of the game.
From the line out, from the okay, thanks.
Go back to the try though, these are key areas. Left of your screen, Shane Jennings, right Lewis Moody, but you see how far back Charlie Hodgson is. He should have plenty of time, but he just takes one pace too long, and that's great work from Jennings. and then Lewis Moody, who's the second man up, waits, he watches, he's right on the advantage line. It's excellent play from Jennings, and it's a really good snipe by Moody.
Those two have been playing so well.
They have.
Jennings and Moody. Andy Goode with this long kick, which for him actually isn't that long. To throw to Chabal, and Wigglesworth did a great job for his side there and keeps going. Little chip on. Goode gets a hand in. Oh, but it's Magnus Lund. It's Lund for Sale. Is that another?
Time off.
Now, to be champions, you need moments like this to go your way.
This one is one for the video ref. Well played, Wigglesworth. Now, Lund took his time very well. It's super play from the scrum half. He's taken out a split second late. He wants the penalty, but he could get better. Andy Goode loses control. And now, Lund with a left foot. We've seen Moody at one end. Does the other number 7 get it? He waits. He pauses. He goes down. He just about gets it down. Lewis Moody does a fantastic job trying to get back. Quintessential Moody, but 7-on-7 looks to me like the Sale man just gets it down. He's waiting. He's got his body between Ludi and the ball. He does, I think. Then it spills.
It's Jeff Warren again making the decision. It's all about the grounding. It's not about whether he touched the flag. That didn't wobble. Didn't touch the line. And Magnus Lund did ground the ball. Sale score their second try. On a day for mistakes and a day for the video ref as well.
Well, it's a mistake actually on the line out. I don't think Chabal wants to do that. He just puts his hand up instinctively. But Wigglesworth makes the most of dodgy ball. Andy Goode, should he have fallen on it? I think possibly he should. It breaks free. Lund does all he can. Lewis Moody almost does more than he can. But the Sale 7 gets there. He controls it. That wasn't meant to be tap ball. The scrum half did a super job there. And from another error, Sale score.
Hodgson slipping with the kick as he made contact with the ball, just emphasising again how difficult it's getting out there for everybody, particularly if you're defending tap line out or the hat kick through, and if you're kicking for the posts. The drive from Leicester, Chabal detected it straight away and picked up the number 8, and because of Chabal's quick thinking, Wigglesworth and Hodgson were able to combine to get that ball back inside the Leicester half. Well played by the Frenchman.
Miles, that's the first time in 27 minutes of this match that Chabal has carried from a set piece. If you think back to Munster, the nadir of Sale's season, everything went through him, the opposition knew it was coming and they just smashed Sale. At the moment, he's just taking a back seat and he will just try and come into the game. That's smart play from Sale. Don't overplay your ace cards too early.
Sale have been through that Munster experience at Tobin Park this season. Also the quarter-final experience in Biarritz, well, in San Sebastian against Biarritz. And they would have learned an awful lot from those two matches. Now can they put it into practice in the final of their own domestic competition here? The English Premiership. Hand in there from Sale, but wasn't particularly straight in the first place. It's been given to Sale.
When hookers wake up and they see this constant drizzle, their hearts must sink. It makes it very difficult. And we've got two lineouts here who are competing very well on opposition ball, so maximum pressure on both hookers.
Hodgson, Savialiti. Was holding on to that for a while, but the referee happy to let that one go. Fernandez Lobe.
No pop and offload there, too risky, just keep the ball and drive it down.
Hodgson. Into the corner, test of this for Jordan Murphy. Great footwork. And although he slides, the fullback did a pretty good job there.
And some, he might have made one or two early errors, but Jordan Murphy was pinned in the corner there. And you felt that Cueto had his number there. He goes in with the slide to try and take Murphy, and it's almost balletic the way Murphy first hops over him. And then the little slip which Sale fans jeered at, but Murphy had done the job there, getting that one out. Great play from the fullback. But what a wonderful kick from Charlie Hodgson too.
That's exactly what Sale want from their fly half, to put the ball in those areas, because it will lead to points eventually. Hodgson again, Van Dal, and called for the mark, could hear it here.
No advantage underneath, taking the sport players out.
But the referee is going back for the earlier offence of a penalty
Support player.
to Sale for the man being taken out. So it's a free hit there for Hodgson.
And get a number up through them.
Be a useful lead if Charlie Hodgson wants to kick this 16-7. Must say though, viewers, it's difficult conditions, but you can play rugby in this. Chris Jones gets the penalty. 16-7 is no way near a winning score, but it is a useful score if this one goes over. And at the moment, what Sale have done quite well is capitalise on Leicester's infringements.
Let's go, Charlie, they say. Will he deliver? 10 minutes until half-time, and the conditions are improving. We're only starting to cease the general lightening of the skies, and there is a certain lightening of the Sale mood there, as the anxiety amongst the Sale supporters on such a big day is eased by 3 points from the boot of Charlie Hodgson. What an accomplished kick from a very accomplished player.
There'll be a warm feeling inside, deep inside, with Brian Kennedy, Philip Saint-Andre, because Hodgson's looking calm at the moment.
Taken by Jason White.
He was not going to be boxed there, was he?
Hasn't been all season, so why start now in the final? Not a player who's going to let Sale down at all.
That's out.
Wigglesworth comes away. Might work for him as the ball came out unexpectedly. Magnus Lund, Jennings gets back, makes a tackle, but Sale arrive in numbers there. But it's turnover for Leicester, illegal turnover, says the referee.
It's the old Bet Noir side entry again. Richard Wigglesworth is having a little gem. Leicester are just sparking wide from the set piece, and Wigglesworth picking the hole. Lovely play there. The key is the first break, then he steps inside Harry Ellis.
We didn't get a number.
And then Lund is so close to the ball. Like Moody, the 2-7s are hunting down the ball all the time.
It's George Shooter who was penalised for going in at the side. He was left for dead by Wigglesworth initially in the move as the scrum half went speeding away. And what an excellent first half this man is having.
Mars, do you see Lewis Moody just hunting down no one? He just flew into a hole, and it was as if to say, mate, door's just opened, take it. Moody does so many things well, but that was reckless, and Wigglesworth created 7 points with one break. It could be 10 if Hodgson kicks this, if it's a big kick.
This is a massive kick for Hodgson now, given the context of the game, and he's not got this 3 points. That would have made it 19-7, and in a final, that is getting to a sizable lead. Hodgson, on what is a difficult day for the kickers. We've already seen that with Hodgson slipping and sliding out there, unable from that distance to get the 3 points. Chabal invited by that ball to use his muscle, but again it's been controlled from Chabal today. He's not gone all out, eyes bulging, has he?
And they like the Sale pack, they're keeping the ball well.
Sevilla, Kuwaiti thought about taking it, but realised Ripoll was better placed, and Ripoll cuts back inside. Chabal was the decoy, and quite a decoy. The referee weighs it on. 4A came off his boot. Hodgson trying to thread that one through, and Tuilangi, more power from him, certainly eyes bulging with him, but it's another knock on.
Talked about the 2-7, Lund playing well and Moody, but this is Moody at his reckless. Circled is Wigglesworth. Watch what Moody does. He doesn't hold the guard. He should be coming in on his man, waiting. His job is to take it. No, He just sees the ball somewhere it isn't, and my God, he makes it easy for Wigglesworth. And doesn't the 9 do it well?
Chabal, in come Leicester, referee says play on again. Shane Jennings allowed to go that time. Ellis trying to do a Wigglesworth, but Wigglesworth in with a very important tackle there. They can't afford to let Ellis get away. Here's Good, missing out Smith, given to Jordan Murphy. Often feints to go on that inside, but it's really a stamp to propel him away to his right. And this one leads to a Leicester penalty.
There's a tantalising decision here. Normally it's very easy for Andy Good to find the range, but it's difficult. But this game is tight. He's got the power to take on the challenge. It's not about the right boot that will swing through with great weight and great accuracy normally. It's about the left foot here. It has to stay solid. You think back to Charlie Hodgson, Miles, and that left foot of his when it just slid away from the first try. If Good's left foot stays solid, this is within his range. If it slides away, this ball goes south.
If his foot stays solid, he can get this one in the car park. He really has got one of the biggest boots around. Andy Good. There. For Leicester. 2 tries to 1, Sale lead. Cueto and Magnus Lund there, scorers to the 1 from Leicester, scored by Lewis Moody. Cueto goes after Wigglesworth's kick. Jordan Murphy. Alessandro Tuilangi. All through the first tackle. Didn't quite have the pace to get away, and Mark Taylor did well to get back at him, having lost him in the first place. Here comes George Shooter. Looking rather piratical today, George Shooter. Ooh, thumping hit comes in from Jason White. They stay hit, don't they, when White gets hold of them. Slow ball again, though, for Leicester here. And turnover ball, in fact.
Well, in the semi-final against London Irish, Pat Howard's team just dominated all contact situations. Jennings, Moody and Corrie were kings of the contact, but today White and co, along with Lund, are doing very well. Here's Tuilangi, potentially a match winner, but on a day like this, can lose you a game. Mark Taylor goes far too high and he knows it, but then he does very well to get back at him. But Tuilangi mustn't be given ball and space in which to charge. He has to be turned all afternoon. That should be Hodgson, Robinson and Wigglesworth's game plan.
Tuilangi try score in the last game of the regular league against Bristol, and also try score in the semi-final. He does take his chances well in sort of a bulldozing way when they come along. No more artful finishers that we've watched from the commentary position, but he knows the way to the line all right, and I wouldn't like to have to stop him. Free kick, Wigglesworth. Chabal wouldn't like to have to stop this man either. Chabal targets Andy Good and sort of goes through him. Jennings just did enough to bring him down, but it's great momentum here for Sale. Mark Taylor, Seviali'i. Oh, Chabal again. He's got a man outside. He went for the contact. Ripple was waiting. But it's still Chabal, and he's not held. He's trying to get back on his feet. He's got a long way there. Seviali'i to Foray. Wigglesworth. Listen to the Shark supporters now. It's Hodgson into midfield. Clattering tackle from Ben Kay.
Drop goal, it has to be 3 points.
It's Charlie Hodgson. No, he's not going for the drop goal. He's going for much more than that. Oh, that is brilliant from Hodgson. Onto Ripple. Charlie Hodgson has created one of the tries. What a try, and what a day to score it. It is a nation waiting to see the best side. And Sale, if they produce moments like that, showing that they are ready to be the best. Charlie Hodgson, this is magical.
I bought it, all of Leicester bought it. The first step, then the dummy. Tuilangi left for dead there by the little show from Charlie Hodgson. He just made Leicester think he was doing one thing. Ollie Smith couldn't get there. Tuilangi was sold. It's easy for Ripoll. What a moment for the man from Barcelona to score, but that one is signed, sealed, delivered. Charles Hodgson, absolutely wonderful. I think he did think about the drop goal, but he realised he had no time. He then had the wits, the speed of mind to go all the way. Brilliant.
Hodgson kicks, conversion, that's half-time. What a time to score as well. 23 points to 10, 3 first-half tries for the Sale Sharks. Stewart, this is a long way back now for Leicester.
Oh, it is. I mean, Leicester are in this game, no doubt about that. But Sale have been the better team for most of the 40 minutes. Charlie Hodgson is oozing confidence. He's got over his charge down. He's just made an absolute peach of a score for Ripoll. Shabal, after doing very little, is creeping into this game with ever more presence. Right now, Sale have a mighty grip on the Guinness Premiership final.
They started that first half well, and they have finished it well. Champagne Charlie indeed. Half-time, Sale Sharks lead, 23 points to 10. And Hodgson, well, serves it on a plate for the man from Barcelona, Ripoll. Here comes Sale, Leicester already out there. Look very eager as they came onto the pitch as well, the Leicester Tigers, of course, in European competition. A couple of memorable comebacks for them this season, where they ran out of luck on that front in the quarter-final against Bath at the Walker Stadium. A defeat which gave Leicester every chance to concentrate on the Premiership trophy. And that is where all their eggs have been ever since that disappointment against Bath. But Sale, you sense that all their eggs all season have been in the Premiership basket. They had a journey to enjoy in Europe, but to win your domestic trophy first. It's the first port of call, isn't it, Stuart, before you start thinking about winning European Cups. And this is tantalisingly close now for Sale, 40 minutes away. But Leicester will be primed for a comeback, and it should be quite a finish to the Guinness Premiership season. Here goes Good and Gibson, and you sort of knew that Leicester would come out flying here at the start of this second half. Good again, inside to Corrie. What a statement this is. Ellis once more, they have the number, Shooter. They're trying to drive him over. Not quite enough to get in there. Ellis goes down. Little stumble might prove costly. Jordan Murphy flies in there to act as scrum half. Shabal tries to haul him to the floor. Ellis back in position. It's Andy Good. Oh, it's Ben Kay. Ellis again. Ball tapped backwards and Sale pushing forward now in defence.
It's slow, so they will want to drive it again, and Sale immediately bringing them down. They want to stop this Leicester juggernaut.
Roundtree to Ilangi joins, and Ellis once more to get this ball rolling towards that Sale line. Comes to the floor, Cullen takes it on. In goes Julian White. Ellis again. Referee playing advantage. Do Leicester have the numbers this time? Well, they don't have the ball all of a sudden, so it's back for the penalty. What a start from Leicester.
They threw everything at that kickoff. Lewis Moody clattered into Jason White. Actually, a split second, I think, before White made contact. And from that moment, they really had momentum. Do they go for the corner? 7 points to get them right back in. Or do they go for 3? Well, Andy Good has already made the decision, and they've gone right into the corner. Leicester scored just after half-time, would cancel Hodgson's moment of genius and just change the face of this game again.
We just confirmed the change that Sale have made at half-time. You saw it there in the graphic. Dean Schofield replacing Ignacio Fernandez-Lobe. Schofield very unlucky to miss out on a starting place. Shows the competition in that area, and the competition at that line out. Illegal, says the referee. Pulling down. Penalty Leicester again. In comes Good.
Well, we have one of those grinding attritional sections of a game that aren't pretty but are so important. Andy Good this time decides we've had one crack. Well, Martin Corrie thinks one crack at it. We haven't scored. Let's get some points. It would bring them within 10. And importantly, it would just get them the first score of the game. They couldn't afford to let Sale get away any further. Leicester get 3 and creep back into it.
Now that Martin Corrie has made the decision to give the ball to Andy Good, Good will not want another miss here. And it won't miss. Safe and sure, Andy Good, 3 points. The end result of that early Leicester raid at the start of this second half. They got the points that they were looking for, initially seeking the try, but they made sure that they left the Sale 22 with an addition to their half-time total.
Well, if you're 13 down in a big final and you go on a raid into opposition 22, you have to come back with something if you're going to make the comeback, and Leicester did that.
Last foot, guys.
Murphy. Good again. Gets a tap for his troubles, but at least he wasn't charged down.
Decent clearance from Andy Good. The ball was a little bit floated from Murphy. A bit slower than a normal scrum half service, but Sale have a chance to just start getting themselves back into this game after a good 4 minutes for Leicester.
Titterell throws, he's looking for Newman Schofield. All kinds of barging at that line out, and the referee says Sale penalty. Leo Cullen on the floor, but he's the man essentially who gave the penalty away.
That's soft play from Leo Cullen there. He's a real workhorse for Leicester, but you can't give soft penalties away. And even though it's greasy out there, this is just about in the realms of being a soft kick for Charlie Hodgson. If it's 75 and there's 1 point in it, it's one of the hardest kicks you'll ever see. But at 45, 10 points up, 15 metres out, 37 metres, should get it because he's striking well.
Psychologically for Sale, these 3 points would be perfect for them. We've just seen Andy Good get the 3 for Leicester, is to re-establish the half-time advantage. Hodgson. Hodgson equals 3 points again. Sale 26, Leicester 13 in the Premiership final.
14.
Yes.
14 Leicester. 14 Leicester. Is there?
Leicester are making a change here. Sam Vesti is coming on. Number 14, Alessandra Tuilangi, is going off. And this will mean a readjustment in their back line. Vesti will go to full back. Vardell stays on the wing. Murphy goes from full back to wing. Lewis Moody charging after that. He looked at the referee in hope there for a suspected trip from the Leicester angle, but shake of the head from Dave Pearson. And Charlie Hodgson making no mistake this time. He was charged down in the first half, but
super pickup.
He's learned his lesson.
So super pickup from Charlie Hodgson. That was excellent. Here's Moody chasing. Once again, his timing is superb, like a sprinter. He thinks there's a trip. I don't think Lund is looking at all there, and he knows there's a contact, and he puts his hands up. Nothing on there.
Ellis, Good, Gibson.
Tackler!
Ellis again looking for the runners. Vesti, now he knows he's in the final. And it's the fly hack downfield again. Could wreak havoc. Andy Good's gone back. Penalty, didn't release. And Charlie Hodgson will be licking his lips. How Andy Good would love to kick this, but it's not for his side.
Miles, Leicester are hurting themselves terribly. You can see to the right of the pictures the arrows are coming from Leo Cullen. Look at this as he just shunts Schofield out of the way. That's as obvious a penalty as you'll get. And then Harry Ellis, a couple of minutes later, so indecisive. He waits, and this is a horrible pass to no one in particular. Sam Vesti just gets Jones and Wigglesworth on him. Sale drive them backwards, and Leicester are just giving points away. Well, opportunities, and Hodgson's in the mood to take them.
Hodgson does take the 3 points again. And now Leicester have an even greater distance to come back than was the case at half-time.
I wouldn't say Rowntree had the greatest day. We'll ask a few questions of the England selectors. 35, and he really didn't make the impact that, well, Andy Robinson would have liked, and Pat Howard and Richard Cocknell were hoping for. Vesti, he is making an impact.
Vandel. He's a match turner, we know that. Good ball inside. Ollie Smith, referee's giving it forward. Just when Leicester did not need it, a forward pass. Vandel showing his paces on the outside, got himself away, and also intelligently managed to find Ollie Smith on the inside. As soon as the whistle was blown, Pat Howard was jumping around. He didn't agree. What do we think after seeing this replay?
It's forward. The touch judge is absolutely right. But what we saw there is Vandel using his pace to just pull Sale wide and open up a hole. Shabal, he won't open a hole, he'll force a hole, but that was the threat of Vandel.
Wigglesworth somehow getting through there again, continuing this excellent form at scrum half. Then Mark Cueto. And that was international class from Cueto, just bringing it inside and setting up the position. Vandel taps it back, might fall for Hodgson. Vesti playing advantage for an offside here against Sale. And Leicester will take it. Healy again, realising now something has to happen soon. Gibson. Another big tackle was coming there from Ripple, it seemed, on Murphy, but Ripple seemed just to put the brakes on. Up to halfway they go. Murphy, Good, missed out Shooter and White. And it's Vandel once more.
That's sloppy from Leicester, that's really sloppy from Andy Good, and Vandel didn't fancy the contact.
That play is not going to win titles from Leicester. Through goes Taylor. And it's a knock-on, so Leicester at least retain the ball, but far too many times in this match they've been heading down a blind alley in certain situations on the field, and there was another classic example.
Mark Taylor, it wasn't a bad idea, the chip, but if he'd have put that ball deeper behind, with Vandel on the bottom of the ruck, Jordan Murphy lurking very close, there was a little bit of space there. Leicester aren't reorganising themselves at the moment. There is the first feeling of something a little bit more than urgency here. There's a hint of panic. Healy knows it.
Two Leicester. George.
But Taylor goes for the little chip. Behind Austin Healy, there is an acre of space, as there was earlier. And Jason Robinson fired a ball long.
Ready to go. Two. Time on.
Here comes George Shooter. And he will shoot no more in this game. James Buckland is his replacement, and feeling the heat, and it's a penalty. Hands in there from Leicester. What a scrum, what a time to produce it. It's the 3 points that'll take Sale into the 30s.
Well, that is a fine scrum, classic example. Those shooters off, Buckland's on, it's his first scrum, he's not tight, and Sebastian, Bruno and co have gone through very hard there. Look at the work there. It's White having all sorts of problems with Foray. The story went that White was going to be the bully boy, but that time he was bullied, and that is a very big penalty, and what a chance.
2 converted tries from Leicester takes them, to 27, so you can see how important this is for Charlie Hodgson. Hodgson for Sale, off the post and over. Is it the score that secures Sale their first title? Corrie now knows that Leicester have to produce something very, very special now.
Well, Leicester need a small miracle now. The breaks are going the way of Sale. Hodgson, even when he doesn't get the direction, finds that the post is his ally, and Sale have been taking their chances and making their chances. Leicester have spilt more ball and they haven't been as cute as Sale.
Leon Lloyd's come on. 2 tries he scored in the semi-final, but that victory against London Irish now for Leicester and their fans a distant memory.
Once again, you know, Sebastian Bruno in that contact did really well. His power in the last 20 minutes can be vital for them.
And the other Frenchman, Stuart Faure, who actually made a mistake that time, he's virtually done nothing wrong either. What a game he's had. And Chabal too, if we're continuing the French theme, we make a lot of Chabal's physical presence. But what a clever game he's played today.
Oh, I think the Sale management deserve credit at the moment, because Chabal has been underplayed, and I think quite deliberately. But when he's had to be physical, he has been. When he's had to make the tackles, he has. You know, that's still not a bad total, 9 carries. But normally it's everything is off Chabal. Today, it's been far more subtle. It's been a day for kicking. But Sale tactically have been very cute today.
Little corner of France then in northwest England. Ollie Smith, the man to go off on Leon Lloyd.
Don't go across. Stay down. Hold only. Engage.
A little corner of northwest England here at headquarters in London. And they are gathering themselves to make an almighty noise, a noise of celebration.
Number 9, get it in, please.
Leicester are getting into the realms now of having to score. Very quickly. Healy to Good. Here's Vondel. And where's that going? Row A is the answer.
Well, the crowd jeering Tom Vondel there. Yeah, he shouldn't have given that ball without looking, but I think he's saying, come on, guys, I'm coming from blind to open. We've got to keep a bit more width on it. And the rest of his runners picked up off him, and it looked horrible, but that was a combination of errors there. He's in off the left wing. He's thinking someone wide. Jordan Murphy has come in. There's just no coordination there. Panic.
And Bruno to Magnus Lund. He's going to get his chances with England this summer, you feel. Already been out to Australia this season. England Sevens team to the Commonwealth Games in Melbourne.
I'm on it, Peter. I'm on it here.
But he's in the heart of Sale at the moment, and all that they hope to achieve. That one from outside the 22, directly into touch, so Leicester will throw into this line out.
Time off. Yeah, let's get him away.
Chabal bleeding at the moment, and Dave Pearson wants him off the pitch. Blood replacement, he's quite right there. Very important, though, that Richard Wigglesworth and Charlie Hodgson don't just lose their focus now. Wigglesworth kicked really well, and he's gained metres and he's gained momentum. Out on the full gives Leicester another opportunity. They do need to score very quickly, and they won't get it from deep. They can get it from 25 metres. The kicking must be spot on from Sale now.
You're talking there, Stuart. Great applause for Sebastian Chabal from the Sale fans. They know exactly how important he's been to them this season. Christian Day is on. Jones, of course, can move back into the number 8 role quite happily. Here's Andy Good. Can Leicester find a way through? That scrambled try for Lewis Moody. They're only one so far. There's Vesti. Robinson is there. And the fullback stands firm as Vondel runs at him. Through comes Ben Kay. Ball wasn't out. Penalty.
Well, things are going the way of Sale, aren't they? Sam Vesti really came up with a clever play there. Vondel was bearing down on Robinson, and it hit Robinson's foot, and he did ever so bravely, the captain, but it just stuck with him. And then Ben Kay, showing clear signs of major panic, just gave away a soft position, and Hodgson doesn't go for distance. He puts it out. But again, Vesti, who's been a real spark since he came on, very flat off Good, Lovely little dink. Look at this, hits Robbins, it could go anywhere. Vandel's over the top, he bounces up like a rubber ball, and then Kay offside, and Sale count a minute down.
13 to water. 13.
All previous finals won by the far side finishing second in the regular league. London Wasps, 3 final winners. The way that we now decide the champions of England. Mark Taylor's coming off. And it's Chris Mayer who comes on. And it's Leicester who have it. And it's Gould. So he knocks on, but Sale had knocked on before that.
That was very good and important pressure from Leicester. They have to make sure that Sale can't work their way out of here. Now they're in the 22. Howard and Cockrell know they must score. Corrie Rose hard at the front there. They've got a chance now, but look at this scrum.
Oh, off the ball, Sale. And the power that they brought on, adding to the power that they already had, and all that the previous incumbents contributed. Hodgson, oh, that's lovely. Away from Hamilton. Knew Hamilton would not have the dexterity. Well, he does move pretty well for a big man, not quite in Hodgson's class when he does the sidestep. Here's Vandel, and also moves beautifully, but not that time because London White are there. 6 and 7, who certainly hunt as a pair, those two. Here's Jordan Murphy. Leicester still going for this, as so they should. Coming back into Sale hands, though. Hodgson might see a little bit of space straight. Well, he went for the chip in behind Vandel and didn't really look like the right option, and it wasn't the right execution either. Hence the Hodgson expression, but he also knew it was a shot to nothing because Sale will put into this scrum. Pat Howard looking now like a man who's resigned to defeat.
Yes, he is, and the Sale fans now starting to dare to believe. 32-13, they've dominated this match. And again, when Leicester get a little bit of daylight, they just can't hold on to this slippery ball, and Sale dominate. Their scrum are doing a brilliant job in this half. They are doing superbly.
Cueto kicks. Murphy. Vesti. Here's Jason Robinson. Interesting what happens here, because Robinson feels it's on to make the tackle on Vesti, which it was. Healy. And this will be Hodgson's. And now it's really started to break up. There should be some space here for Cueto. Got Ripple outside. Oh, Cueto's going through. Mark Cueto has got support inside from Lund. He's also got Mayer there. Chris Mayer. One more score surely seals it. Advantage being played. It's Wigglesworth. It is time for Sale to go for the kill. They know that. Hodgson drop goal. 3 points. And surely the trophy. 10 minutes left, yes, but they believe it. Sale have never felt as close as this. That is for sure.
Well, you know, Jason Robinson made a great decision at the start of that move, not to counter early, but to put a perfect high ball up. And Sale are hunting down Leicester. And Leicester are losing the kicking battle all end up. And for the first time, Cueto says now's the time not to kick, but to step in. Hamilton can't handle him. And then from the pressure, Hodgson with a drop goal. You hear the hammer, you see the nails. Leicester are going under at the moment, and Sale are almost there.
Vandel. Well, it's a penalty for Leicester, but of course 3 points.
Number 4.
It's no good to them now.
Well, even if they go to the corner, Miles, they've got to go very quickly, because 7 points are fine, but they can't take 2-3 minutes getting there. This ball's got to be bang in the corner, no margin for error, and they have to score from here, and they've got to get that line out moving quickly. That is just too conservative from Andy Goode. Here's Charlie Hodgson. Hey, who cares about a try? 3 points, thank you very much. Hodgson has felt the pace and tempo of this game. He's been the orchestrator.
Well, where does 3 sets of 7 get Leicester? 34, it's still not enough. That is why everybody in this ground is now starting to believe, along with those Sale supporters, that it is going to be their day, their season. Taken by Ben Kay.
Don't get around the side.
Corey won't give up, he never does.
Stay
But he
bound.
might have to face facts soon.
Stay bound and get out blue.
It's got to be try here, try from the restart, and then still another one. And then hope for another chance to score. That is the size
Scrum off. Stationary
of the
once.
Leicester task.
It's got to be fast. They're on the roll here.
Through the side.
They're on the roll. A penalty, it doesn't matter to Sale.
Last foot. Play an advantage, Green.
Healy inside to Buckland. Moody.
It's over there.
Sale will give those penalties away now quite happily.
Yeah, side entry basically says no entry to Leicester as far as going towards picking up the Guinness Premiership means. Because the clock, as you look at your top left, is just ticking on. There's a Sale player down. We've seen it before.
Time off.
Hopefully time goes off now, but that's another 10 seconds gone. And 35-13 with 6 minutes 50 to go means 10 seconds is a long time. I don't think they can afford to actually go for the corner now because it's taking them too long to set. They've just got to come up with a play, hit and score and get back.
Richard Cockrell, of course, Premiership winner with Leicester as a player, but now on the coaching staff, and with Pat Howard, like Captain Corey, and players, experienced players like Moody, realising there is too much to do here. Even Austin Healy and all the tricks that he can produce and has produced
Careful in here.
in cup finals
Light of day yet.
will find this one hard to pull around. Wigglesworth and Hodgson, what a combination they have been for Sale today. We expected the Sale pack to provide a pretty good platform. We expected Leicester to meet them pretty well too. An almighty contest up front it has been.
6:50.
But Wigglesworth and Hodgson
Time on
have got
now.
it so right in so many ways.
They certainly have, and I would say they owe a big debt of thanks to their tight five as Leicester go for it.
And they'll be first to say it as well, the half-backs.
Advantage.
This is Healy. Buckland finding that ball hard to control. Holford tries to help him out, but in goes Seville. There's an advantage, though. Oh, he was going to get his moment of glory, wasn't he?
Time off.
Miles, we were just talking about the tight five, you know. Sale haven't just matched Leicester, they've been better than them.
There goes Corey.
Oh, not yet.
Referee wants it taken from the correct spot. Now it is from the correct spot. Martin Corey. As close as that. Leicester drive on again. Can they steal a try?
We're going to have a look.
It's going to Jeff Warren again.
Jeff. A bit please for me.
Quick thinking from Martin Corey, wasn't it? He's not given up. Now, again we go to the very busy Jeff Warren today. Is there a ground in here?
Let's try and locate the ball first, shall we? Where is it?
Here's the drive. Still can't. Ah, there's the ball.
There's the ball in the middle of it. And, well, if he's over the line, he's scored.
Well, Corey doesn't get there then, no doubt about that.
It's Hamilton who arrives, isn't it?
Yeah, the giant number 18. He's in the pick-up position there. The weight comes on. He's not quite horizontal. He's on the line. That's a try.
On the line is enough, and that looks like a try. Leicester have got one of their scores. Good is ready to take the conversion. James Hamilton. There is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for the Leicester Tigers.
Time on.
Good has to get the 2 points, and does. 6 minutes.
Ajar, not open, but ajar. James Hamilton, a try at Twickenham. Now he's got to make sure that him and his pack win this restart and give Austin Healey and Andy Goode a platform. They must do that. Leicester have to win this restart and march straight upfield. Big restart.
Young Ben Foden has come on for Richard Wigglesworth. And if ever a round of applause was deserved, it's Wigglesworth there. And Stu Turner's back on in the Sale front row. They have a cushion. It's almost plump enough to feel like a sofa. But this is Leicester, and they know how to turn things around. It would be the greatest of comebacks at this level, wouldn't it? Van Del can't keep it in, so Sale get their hands back on what they really want to control now, the ball, until the 80th minute.
That's not good enough again from Tom Van Del. He's a young man, but I think people are saying he just must walk into the England team. Have had their eyes open today. It's a big occasion, and the skill level, I'm afraid, and some of the decision-making not good enough. The one thing Leicester couldn't do there is give the ball away by going into touch. And that's exactly what Tom Van Del did.
Chabal is about to come back on. That will give Sale a great lift. Through goes White. That will give them a lift as well. Schofield and Magnus Lund. And Foden, the highly promising young talent, the new scrum half. Just content to see his forwards go forward, but they have to concede possession in doing so. Here comes Chabal. Listen to this roar.
The big man was there when it all started for Sale this season, and nobody, nothing is going to stop him being there at the end. He's been the talisman. When he's played, Sale have won. They've learnt their lessons from Munster when they overplayed him. Chris Jones goes off. He's been superb today as well. Sale are almost there.
Leicester, though, have a penalty, and it's Austin Healey. He's kicked possession away, and it's Robinson. Took it back into his 22, so goes deep. Vesti. Van Del. Vesti gets it back. And Sale are scavenging again, as they have done all season. They certainly have done all afternoon. It's turnover ball. Foden, and there are numbers on this side, but Foden decided to keep it tight, and Mark Cueto, I can tell you, was not impressed with that. There was an overlap of about 4-2. Van Del's got a cross now. Sale are going to get another penalty for coming in at the side.
Let the party begin in Manchester. This penalty means 1 minute goes, it's over.
Hodgson steps again. Not quite with the same effect as that sidestep and run just before half-time. It was the moment of the match, and as Sale ran down the tunnel, you could sense that at that moment they sort of knew in their heart of hearts that it was theirs to lose.
I don't think Charlie Hodgson was looking for a try there. I think he was just eating up time. He knew if it was an ineffectual kick, easily caught by a Leicester man, Dave Pearson would come straight back for the penalty, waste 10 seconds, take your minute up and get 3 points.
Oh yeah, he didn't care that time. This was all about running down the clock. His work has been done with that sheer brilliance, that moment of brilliance, and he's been reliable enough with the boot. And the drop goal, which I think everyone in the ground agreed was the moment when we knew for definite that Sale would win. And now these 3 points from Charlie Hodgson. Sale are going to be the English champions for the first time, no doubt. And what a party they are going to have on their way back up to the Northwest tonight.
Tremendous comeback after their disappointments in the Heineken Cup. They looked flat out, they looked on their feet in Biarritz, but they have bounced back. The fact that they got to the top of the league early for once has helped, because while others were scrambling for home advantage, for qualification, they paced themselves. They took a rest, they took a break, and they're fit, they're ready, and they're champions.
Came off Mayer, but quite frankly now it doesn't matter. Leicester put in ideal time for Stuart's Guinness Premiership final man of the match.
Well, I'll say the Sale forwards have usurped Leicester here. They did brilliantly, but behind them all, steering Sale with complete calm. Charlie Hodgson made the try, changed the game, kicked beautifully. It's Hodgson's day, it's Sale's day. Charlie Hodgson, Guinness final man of the match. Well done, Sale.
Leicester now just looking for a consolation. But to them, still without a trophy. Before going on 5 years. There'll be no consolation today. Corrie, Bundell, they came here to win. Leicester only deal in wins when it comes to the final. But not today. It's not about being here for Leicester Tigers. It's about leaving with the trophy, but it's going to belong to Sale Sharks. Another knock-on, but into the last 30 seconds, we'll have our last scrum, and the celebrations can begin.
Once again, that's summed up Leicester, you know. The passing in midfield has not been good enough. When there's been space, they haven't had it. Sale's defence has been on top, and Sale have masterminded this one well. The timing of the substitutions, the power of the scrum, this one belongs to Sale.
Healy, he's dropped it, and the Sale fans might get their moment. It's Mayer, Chris Mayer. Just listen to this. A try of confirmation for Philippe Saint-André. His coaching staff, his players, his loyal supporters. Sale Sharks. And their former player, Dowie Morris, now in our studio, has got off the fence in the most emphatic way. In fact, he nearly fell out of the studio.
Miles, it was 9-3 to Leicester when Sale were last here in a cup, well, last but one time in a cup final. They weren't ready for that day. They have been ready for this day. Valentin Caron will take the kick. Hodgson has done his job. It's been out-muscling, out-smarting, out-thinking, and at the end, out-sprinting. Sale 43, or maybe 45 against Leicester. They've decimated them.
Caron with the task of ending it all, #1 in the Premiership table and #1 in the final two. Sale create the piece of history that they have been striving for all through the season. It is clearly their greatest day, and on that day, they are the English champions for the first time.
They weren't ready for Europe this year, but boy, were they ready for England. They've been the pace setters all season. They've been the most consistent team in England. Early on, the Sale backs, combined with Sebastian Chabal, set the pace. They then concentrated on the forwards. Corrie and co started to surge through the gears. In the last 3 weeks, Robinson and co have reminded England that they've got some backs as well. Hodgson, he had to remind England that on the biggest occasion he can do it. Today, he did that. He was the final piece in the jigsaw. Sale were full of confidence before. They were full of class and self-belief on the pitch. The wait is over. Sale are England's undoubted and deserved champions.
And here come the Sale Sharks now to come out and collect their winners' medals. And like Munster a week ago, they are heroes all. This is the one that Sale set out to win this season. Munster once again had the Heineken Cup in their sights, but Sale were all about winning the Guinness Premiership, the one that they hadn't won before, and now it is Sale's year. And in truth, it always has been Sale's season. They've been setting the pace, and they have lasted the pace, and they have been the best.
Lovely.
And on the greatest day in their history, Sale Sharks are going to be able to say categorically that they are the top team in England. And the applause there from the Leicester players, they will acknowledge what has gone in to this achievement. It will be the sweetest of moments for Jason Robinson and his men. Of course, the captain himself still prospering in the big time, and this surely one of his proudest moments. Sale are the new champions of the Guinness Premiership, the pride of the Northwest. And the pride of the Northwest has conquered the rest. Twickenham salutes the Sale Sharks. And having stayed out there to show total respect, the Leicester players leave the field to leave Sale to their moment of celebration, when all that hard work, all the hours spent on the training ground has come to fruition as they get their hands on that trophy. And now it feels so right for them.
And you know, when you think of it, in the domestic league, they beat Leicester once, they drew with them at Welford Road, they've demolished them here. They have beaten all the best teams. They've lost a few games, yes, when they had players missing. It wasn't really until the autumn that they just started to look, maybe there's a problem, but they bounced back well. Brian Kennedy, before the game I was talking to him, he was like a nervous kitten. So worried, he had nothing to worry about. San Andre and his team had all the answers. Well done, Sel, you are champions.
It was important we take the score. We were in control, we were patient, we didn't panic. We kick sometimes after the wing was deep, so we play wide. We have a good balance, and after, you know, when it's bad condition like this, Leicester need to take a lot of risk, and they make some mistake. But, you know, I think it's the organization, and the guys deserve it, and they work so hard for the last 2 years. So, you know, what I told to the guys before the game, I just say, first thing, Charlie, you need to be the boss today, and he was the boss. And after I say the guys, today just to be, you don't play for the coach, for the club, you just play for you. And if you win today, you will remember for the rest of the life, you know.
It was a question of how we turned up. No, we could always beat Leicester, but in a big occasion at Twickenham, to see if we had the maturity to come through, and we certainly did. I was so proud of everybody, the way they implemented the game plan. You know, the rain played a part, and we knew we would kick on the wingers, kick behind the wingers, and the first 30 minutes I thought we implemented that great, and they were only in the game really in the first half through two of our errors.
It's fantastic. I mean, it ranks up there with anything, you know, I've achieved during my rugby career. I mean, 12 months ago, Wales won the Grand Slam, and this has got to be up there alongside it now. It's just such a tremendous team atmosphere here, and it's, I think, just reward for the season that we've had. You know, I think we fought all year. We finished first, and I think this justifies that position today.
I think what is fantastic is the guys know that you need to work hard to be in the team, and you need to be proud to wear the jersey of Sale Sharks. And after, you know, what is fantastic is to be consistent. But we knew the rules before the season. So semi-final, it was something's good, but not enough. And we do it. To be fair, our plan was to be champion after 3 years. We are champion after 2 years. I think it's fantastic. Last year, win the Shield. This year, win the league. We need to try to target more things next year.